Good evening, gentlemen. If you're on and your name is Bill or Smolik, please let me know. May or may not have any of the card holders on. We will still do a reveal today, and gonna go ahead and chat a little bit about some of the changes FCG made. Pretty excited about it for everybody. The goal is to increase people's knowledge about what they do and who they are and how they adjusted some things to truly match the market using some of the same terminology. I'm pretty excited about the move myself. So let you know how some of those changes affect me. I told you there are some updates coming. I should have a new graphic and form done by Monday. I'll be getting it out to all our groups. I have quite a few people that are not breaking, but joining me from various rooms. So I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for the support. We'll go ahead and get started. I'm pretty sure that those guys aren't going to be able to jump on, but please feel free to watch the replay. And thank you for watching the replay for those of you that are jumping in a little bit. First, we're going to go ahead and talk about what has changed a little bit. They pretty much got rid of the pristine, which was the 10, and the pearl, which was a straight 10 on the subgrades. They haven't changed their standards. I do want to be very clear on that. They just changed the scale. The 9.5, use this as an example. 9.5 was gem mint. Pretty much every card company gem mint is their 10. So they're pretty much following suit a little bit with that, for lack of better words. So things to look for. They are reslabbing for free, which there's another company out there that is charging double digits for the reslabs at this point. So I think that's a great move by FCG. They will reslab for free if you are submitting a new card with it. So let's say you're submitting 5 cards new, and you've got 5 that need to be upgraded to 10s. They will do that reslab for free. That is a great thing. We'll talk about pricing and how that impacts with me here in a little bit. So this would be a gem mint. So we want to go ahead and look at it. So we've got the 9.5 gem mint. The key things here that you need to understand with FCG: edges and surface. The final score can be 1 point higher than the edges and the surface. The centering and the corners, so the 2 C's, can only be a half point lower than the final score. So in this case, since we had the centering as a 10 and the corners as a 9.5, all these 9.5s under the new scale will move up to a 10. So this would be eligible for the reslab and being a 10 gem mint under the new guidelines. So the corners and surface will get moved to a 10. The edges would stay a 9, but because it can be 1 point above an edge subgrade, it would in fact become a 10 card. So that would be, this will be something that will be submitting for reslabbing. Unfortunately, this is my daughter and one of my daughters and my son both have Wonder rookie cards that are now going to be 10s. Mine and my other daughters are still going to be 9.5s. And we'll talk about the why in just a second. I meant to grab that, excuse me. Just to show you the difference in the same card. You look at this card here, you've got the centering is a 9, corners 9.5, surface 9.5, edges 10. So the corner and surface would become 10 grades, 10 subgrades. The centering though is a 9, and it can't be more than half a point. So this one, it would be in my best interest to keep this as a 9.5 gem mint, because under the new scale, it would be a mint plus. So don't just look at the 9.5s if you're looking to see if you want to resubmit the card. you do need to look at what the subgrades actually were as well. If you have any questions, by all means, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to help sort that out. And if I'm not 100% sure, I'll chat with the guys at FCG and help navigate it. One more, and again, I like showing this card because it irritates my brother. The 9.5s all become 10s. Centering, corners, edges, those would be 10s under the new scale. So this final grade would also be able to go to a 10, because while the surface is a 9, it can be 1 point higher. So there's going to be quite a few cards out there that definitely need that second look. But I'm excited about that step. Again, you can resub for free on those if you're submitting other cards. Another one that's going to be a no. The centering is a 9.5, so that'd be good, but the corner's a 9, and that cannot go up above 9.5. So again, that gem mint is probably where I want to leave it. We'll not be submitting that for a reslab. There are some unique situations, and I'm still wrapping my head around this, to be honest, where the 9s might actually get bumped a little bit. So like in this case, I've got those 9.5s that are probably jumping up to a 10 on the new scale, on the centering and the edges. The corners and surface, though, would probably stay the 9. But that might make it with the 2 10s. That might make it eligible. That's one of the things that we haven't fully clarified yet on my side. But I saw that they were asked about it, so I'll get more information on that. But right now, the 9.5 gem mints are the ones you're looking at possibly reslabbing. Okay, pricing on the FCG stuff, it's now $14. Which is kind of crazy. That's $14 direct. They changed their model, so if you're going to sub with somebody like myself, there's now got to be a little premium for the service that we're offering, because they don't have a bulk price. Their price is $14, period. So what do you get if you sub with me? You're going to get a sliding scale. 1 or 2 cards, unless, of course, you get the card while you're breaking with me, in which case I'll move you down to the next price range there. But 1 to 2 cards will be at $20, because I'll sub every week. So if I only have 2 cards, I need to be able to at least cover the gas to get to the shop. But I will clean the card, I will advise, and I will walk it in personally, hand deliver them, usually directly to the grader if the owner's not there, or to the owner, Matt Schwartz. I will then ship it direct. Usually it's $9 if it's 2 cards, right? Does 3 cards fit in there? The small prepaid box. Sometimes. Yes. 2 or 3 cards might fit in the smaller one, which would be $9. It's 2-day priority, so that does come with a little bit of insurance. If you want extra insurance, you'd have to pay on top of that as well. But so my charges start at $20, and it goes down actually really quick. So it'll be anywhere from $20 to $17 depending on how many cards you're submitting at one time. Now, since they are doing reslabs for free, if you send cards to me plus reslab cards, I am not charging anything for the handling of the reslab cards. So you just have to pay the cost of the grading for me, what my fee is, and I will submit everything. Obviously, that would change the cost of the shipping. We'd have to account for all cards being shipped back, so that would probably put you into that $15 range. Again, the medium size prepaid box comes with higher level of insurance, still 2-day priority, but I can fit a whole lot more cards in that box. So I will try to keep that cost as close to exact as I can. I don't do any upcharging. Again, if you want more insurance, you'd have to let me know that so I can price it out for you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. You can email me at cfcbrakes@gmail.com that I have right there on the bottom of the page. Or you can shoot me a message. If you're seeing this, you've got me in the group, you've seen my post, feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook as well. I'll be happy to chat with you, answer your questions, and hopefully help continuing to build the hobby. So we're going to talk about a situation that didn't play out quite how we had hoped. I don't think he's going to be on, but I was trying to help Mr. Tom Perry pick one of the cards that I broke for him. He hit a couple O'Neill cruises. I actually took it into the shop and we kind of chatted about it and picked what we thought was the best at the time. And at the end of the day, when they started grading it, they discovered, it's really hard to see in the picture, there's actually a nice crease right there straight from the pack. So that was not something that they wanted to grade because they felt partially responsible for advising incorrectly. So that's the advantage, guys, of subbing with me, is they have zero problems helping me screen the cards. This ends up being no charge. If you are putting a minimum grade on it, there is a charge for that. But they take care of y'all as my customers. So that's one extra benefit. The other thing, you can see the date here, 7/12. Notice the 10-day, oh, forgot that, 10-day money-back guarantee. If it's not from the day it's received to the day it's in the mail, business days, if it's not shipped by that date, it's free, no charge. Completely graded, sent back to you, shipping and all, no charge. But you'll notice that the date here is 7/22 is when I should have been getting these back. And I dropped them off on 7/12, and here we are 2 days later doing the reveal. So definitely some of the quickest in the biz. Okay, this one is Bill Schofield. I was a little bummed when I saw this grade, asked some questions. Micah Parsons. Nice looking card for sure. Auto is a 9. I was afraid of that. I have a Jason Dominguez card that had the same kind of marker used, honestly, is what it looks like. It's just not a real solid line in some spots, so that took it down to a 9. The centering was a 10. Corner 8.5, edge 9.5, surface 8.5. Pretty solid card. Looking at the average of things, I asked about it and learned a little bit myself when we were chatting about it. Whenever you have your lowest number like this, in this case 8.5, if there's 2, so if it's a pair like that, the grade can't be higher than that lowest number. So even though the average would end up being closer to a 9, 9.5-ish kind of score, somewhere in between, because the 8.5s, there's 2 of them, that automatically locks it into that 8.5 score. So again, I appreciate the fact that they took the time to explain that and give me the answer. Still a gorgeous card and looks great in the slab. Prism showing really nice here, the mosaic. So I was disappointed with the score. Did learn something new. Then I've got Mr. Josh Smolek. This is a card I pulled. It looked every bit as good in the slab as I thought it would, Josh. Ryan Sandberg auto. 1 of 25. Auto grade was a 10. You can see how clear the slabs are. You can see my box behind you. Behind it. It makes it kind of tricky to get a good angle here. Trying to get that. There we go. Focus on the right thing. Not like it. There we go. Centering 9.5. Corners 8.5. Absolute. Sometimes that does happen. Apparently there are a couple soft corners. We'll talk about how to identify exactly what they saw. Edges and surface were both 9s. Auto is a 10. Looks absolutely amazing in the slab, though. One of the changes they made recently was the clear instead of the frosted. I think that looks great. I was a fan of the frosted too, but again, anything that's lower than I believe a 9, they will have notes for you. You take your phone, scan the QR code, and they will show you exactly what they saw. So 9, that is a mint. Gorgeous card. Then I submitted a couple of mine, including couple resubs. I'll show you what we had here. I submitted 2. Because I submitted a couple other cards, they let me go ahead and do 3 of my resubs. I actually just took them in really to try to help make sense to myself what the new policy was going to be. And excited to show off those to you here in just a second, because I said just go ahead and leave it. So I had a couple of the first resubs that were out there. Tatis, this was one of the newest cards I picked up via trade. You could see, and this was done under the new grading scale, so you've got that 9.5 mint plus. Centering was a 10, edges 9.5, corner 9, and a surface of 10. I was really excited about how that one played out. Number to 10, again, one of those PC items that I was extremely stoked. I would have been happy with a 9 on this one, to be honest, since it's out of 10. That was a great card. Bowman's Best. Had high hopes for the corners. I honestly figured it was a little off center, but that was good. And then one of my new player PCs, young guy, James Wood, on the Moho Bowman Megabox Prospect Refractor. Centering 10, corners 10, edges 9.5, almost got perfect 10, surface 10. So this was the first Gem Mint 10 that I have pulled. So pretty excited about that. James Wood. I think that kid's going to be a stud. The next 3 cards I'm going to show you were resubs. They were all in those 9.5 ranges, and they all had different combinations of subgrades. So Ken's going to be kind of grumpy on this. That's okay. He'll get over it. I'm taking this one out of the sleeve. But my national treasure, Jake Cronenworth rookie auto number to 99. It's one of those cards that was resubbed. And actually, these next 3 are. Auto was a 10, corner, surface, and centering all went to 10s. Edge was a 9. I think one of those was a 10 already. Those were 9.5s on some of those other Gem cards. But again, it was a 9.5 initially. So that's the first reslab I had. And I had a Tatis Red Wave Rated Rookie Prism. Came out in the reslabbing process as a 10. And my final reslab, this is probably the biggest card out of all of these. That Rated Rookie may be alright too, but Ohtani Purple Refractor, numbered to 250. I had a couple 10s initially, so this was an easy one to move to the 10. Corners got adjusted with the new scale. I think, honestly, I think I had centering was a 9.5 as well. I think the edges and surface I had as 10s already. So now I've got a Gem Mint Perfect 10 Ohtani Purple Refractor. So super excited about that. Thank you for joining me for the reveal. Hopefully that helped clarify some of the questions that are out there with FCG. Again, if you do have any questions about what I said and what their grading changes are, please reach out to me. Happy to talk you through that. Look forward to submitting your cards for you soon. Look forward to seeing you on Facebook. Have a good night, everybody.